This is Team 1. We are working on the project Rider Track platform. The project is to provide a platform where users can participate, view, and share tracking information about their event. The events can be like biking, running, etc. Uh, let's look at the sprint goal for the first sprint. This is the wiki for our project, and the first sprint goal was to set up a basic project creating home component where users can see the list of events and organizers can create the event. Scrum master for this sprint was Shilpa. Now let's look at the app. How does it look like and what are components that we have created? So first is the header, from where the user can navigate through the components and look at different pages that we have created for the website. Next part is the list of events. Here you can see the list of events that are currently taking place, the dates, the name of the event, and the description, the short description about that event, and user can directly register themselves clicking this button. Apart from that, once you click on the event, you go to an events detail page, which is again a basic UI of the information that user gets to see, which has information like the last date to register, the date event starts, the maximum participants, and also the list of participants. And also you see a button here with which user can again register themselves for the event. And here we provide a map of the event, showing the user how the event looks like and how the track of that event looks like. Apart from that, another page that we have created is the create event page, where an organizer can fill up a form and create an event. So this is the create events page where you organizer can enter the name of the event, place of the event, date, event time, etc., the information about the event, and also has the ability to create the map on the UI map itself and have an interactive way of creating the track for the event. And then he gets to submit the event so that the event gets created in the database. Apart from that, another component that we created was a live map component where a user will be able to track themselves while the event is going on. So this is the basic component that we have created. It's a map, and on that you can see the pointer markers pointing at a user's location, and once we connect it to the backend, it will be live updates of a user being tracked on the map. So yeah, these are the components that we developed for the sprint. Now let's look at the taiga and see how the storyboard looks like. So these are all the user stories for the first sprint. As you can see, all the tasks are completed for the sprint. And in the user stories, we can see the first story is, as an event participant, I want to see the list of events which we saw at the home screen of the app. Another story was to have a events detail page, which is once you click on the event, it shows you the details about that event and the map that is associated with that. Another story was to provide a user with a map so that he or she can track themselves live on the map and see their locations and share it as well. The last component that we saw on the app was a live map, which provides the facility of being able to track themselves on a map. Another story was to create a form with which organizer can create an event, which was a form that we saw with which in which user can also enter the checkpoints on the map, and it will create a track for that particular event and submit that event for the users to participate and track themselves. Another story for this sprint was to research about the technologies that you can start developing, which was the first story for the start for everyone to learn about their technologies and start working on them and give some basic setup for it. That was also done before the work for the app got started. And in storyless tasks, we had two main tasks, which was one was documenting the coding standards and other was adding ESLint for front end project for maintaining coding standards. This is a JavaScript add-on package which will help you help everyone have the same coding standards for the JavaScript applications that we write. Let's look at the burn down chart for this sprint. So this is something what it looks like. Now let's go to the wiki for the first sprint and look at the minutes of meeting. So these are the minutes of meeting for our first sprint. And now let's look at the retro for that event and see what went well and what didn't. So things that went well includes the team coordination was really good. Team members were always diligent about the meetings and were always at their crisp and always participated in all the communication that we had and all the discussions that we had. Once we also had a team lunch because we had a lot of work going on during that week, and that also went well. We completed all the tasks that we had planned for with all the proper testing, so that was also something that went well. Apart from that, the things that didn't go well was one of the part was deciding on the backend technology to be used for the APIs. We had first decided to go with Django, but Django did not provide a proper support for connecting it with the Mongo database, and we were anyways going to use Mongo database, so we decided to move forward with Node.js as instead of Django. That was a major thing that we changed for the sprint as the course of it, and it did not go well as we thought of it. Apart from that, we extended our extended goal was to integrate the front end and back end, which we did not do or were not able to do. So we need to also be able to plan better from the next time. Looking at that, the steps to improve for the next sprint would be we should be planning for testing initially. For this sprint, we added the test cases after the software was written, what we are planning to do for the next sprint, and which is an ideal case scenario where we should be writing the test cases before developing the code itself. Apart from that, we need to have more focused test driven development. And the third thing is for the front end development, we need to make the design first and not creating the UI before having the design and then discussing it, so that we can have less iterations over the UI. And once the skeleton is decided, the developer just needs to create that same skeleton and does not require a lot of changes at the end. Thank you.